You are now tuned into the Red Ape Island podcast.
What the is the Red Ape Island podcast?
What up, y'all? I appreciate y'all for checking in with us at the Red Ape Island. Guess who I got on the island today? The one, the only, Lady Ariah. No.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, she's here checking out the island today, introducing the spa on Saturdays for you ladies, and she's going to bring a female perspective to these 3 keys to unlocking trust we was talking about. So I hope y'all paying attention today, so y'all can let me know what I missed out on or what we missed out on, what keys we didn't include, but we want to make 3 important keys is the reason for this. So anyhow, without further ado, hold on, before we start, I got to give my shout outs to Anchor FM by Spotify, y'all. It's the only reason we on here. And since we got that out the way, let's get to it. So, got 3 keys, right?
We do.
Got 3 keys. Key number 1 is knowing self. You got to know yourself. Key number 2
is managing your emotions. And key number 3?
You got to be able to manage them emotions, y'all. Key number 3 is communication. That way we tie all of it together. Because you got to be able to communicate. So, we're just going to spend a couple minutes on each one of these keys, y'all, so we can put them all together. What's inside that box that these keys unlock? We'll let y'all know at the end of this. And from our perspective, we want to know from y'all's perspective as well. Okay, that's what this is about. So we can start learning to love each other and know each other better. That way, we're not letting our emotions get all out of whack, y'all. But, so I'm going to be a gentleman, yeah, because ain't nothing gentle over here on the Red Ape Island. So I'm going to be a gentleman, and First Lady Ariah, go first. So on that first key, knowing self, y'all, it's really important. Because before you can know anything outside of you, before you can know anything, you got to know yourself. Before you can expect anyone to understand you, you got to know yourself, So we'll elaborate on that a little more. But with that being said, Lady Ariah, so tell me, Lady Ariah, out of these 3 keys, we got number 1 we start with first. Just knowing yourself. How do you feel? And what kind of experiences have you been through with finding out and learning, knowing yourself as far as relationships go?
Knowing yourself is crucial to being in any type of relationship. First of all, you have to learn who you are, what makes you happy, what you enjoy in life. So it takes the pressure off of expecting someone else to make you happy.
That's a good point, because something I've always said, it's only your job to keep and make yourself happy and to control the emotions, which ties into the key number 2. But it's no one else's job, y'all, or, to keep us happy. I know we're human and we get upset and we expect people to accommodate to our feelings, but when we're unhappy or we're upset or we're sad or whatever, we're the only people that have control over that. Nobody else can control that. It's nobody else's job even to help you figure it out or to help you fix it or control it. We can't get mad at people for not wanting to do anything with someone who doesn't have their self under control. Does that make sense? Why would we get upset at somebody that doesn't want anything to do with us if we don't even have ourselves under control?
Absolutely.
So that ties into knowing self. You feel me, Lady Ariah?
Yes, I do. So knowing yourself, you have to know what makes you happy and what you can realistically offer, maintain, and acquire in a relationship.
So pretty much you mean you got to be able to know yourself so that you're representing who you are to somebody, and that way you know what you're expecting, and they know what to expect, and they know what to provide to you, because you actually know who you are and you're elaborating who you are. Mm-hmm. And that way there's no confusion. That's a good point. I like the way you put that. So knowing self is the first step of unlocking that trust or unlocking that camaraderie in a friendship, or that love pretty much, or that, that loyalty. You got to know yourself first. Why would somebody be loyal to somebody they don't even know? And why would I be loyal to you and you don't even know yourself? You're not even loyal to yourself because you're trying to be somebody that you aren't. It's the first thing of loyalty, y'all, is being yourself. You can't be loyal to nobody else if you're not yourself, So think about that.
We have to have standards. The majority of people don't get what they want out of relationships because we don't treat ourselves with the standards that we're actually seeking in someone else or in that relationship or business partnership. We have these expectations and we aren't even sure of what our standards are.
True.
Or living by them.
It's a great point. It goes back to like my last episode, y'all, when I was talking about forms. You have to be able to know yourself in the truest form of who you are. So if you're advertising yourself as a stick figure, don't get upset when somebody treats you like a stick figure person. If you want to be full within yourself, be full within yourself and let people respect that, deal with it or not. And we can't get mad if you're yourself and somebody doesn't want to deal with it, don't change. Don't be upset about it. Hey, that's their right. And it's, first of all, it's not even your right to be yourself. You don't have a choice. You might be running from it, but you gotta deal with it. So it's not that you have a right to be yourself or you can be yourself. Like, you do not have another choice. And once you realize that and you embrace it, all the shit gets easier, But
definitely.
But yeah, as I was saying with like what she said, with the forms, knowing yourself in that absolute form, y'all. It all goes back down to that. And most of the things I'm going to talk about on this podcast, I'm going to talk about, y'all, go back to that quote unquote fiber of form. Your perception, as she said, we don't know. So you're expecting quality of something that you don't even know. You want the gold, but you don't even know what gold looks like. You have yellow gold, white gold, black gold, but you want that gold standard, but you haven't told anybody that your gold standard needs to be rose gold or yellow gold, Florida gold, Texas gold. Y'all feel me? So you have to have that absolute realist form of yourself if you expect to get that from the person you're in relations with. And that's friendship, that's kinship, relationship, all them ships. Even the ship you get on, if you're going fishing, you better know yourself if you're getting your ass out on that ship. You feel me, y'all?
Absolutely. And there's no shortcut in this key. You have to put forth the effort to get to know yourself in your true form.
But listen, y'all, being yourself ain't hard. You came here that way. You're going to leave here that way. Embrace it. Fuck what people think about it. If they don't want to deal with it, they're not your energy. They're not, like Kevin Gates said, hey, maybe you're not operating on the same fucking energy level as me. I can't get upset about that. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you understand how I feel, hey, it's okay. You will one day. Because knowledge always comes to you. Sometimes we don't want to catch it, but knowledge is always around you. So how you feel about that, lady? Knowing self, and then how does that tie into key number 2 as we're getting ready to get into managing emotions?
Well, if you don't know yourself, then how can you know what type of emotions you're having and why? Okay,
that makes sense. So if I don't know myself and I'm in a bad mood every day, maybe it's not the people around me and all that.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's not my environment. Maybe it's me, but I just don't know myself enough to actually look in the mirror and say, hey, maybe I am the common denominator. Everybody else at work is happy. Why am I always having a bad day at work? Ding dong. You've got mail type shit, Message. Listen, y'all. If other people around you don't care, you're wasting energy caring. If other people around you aren't upset and you're the only one upset, you look like the fool. No offense, but think about it. You're spending so much energy being upset with somebody that don't give a fuck. Where is that going to end up? Wasted energy that you can't get back. Yeah, energy is always replenished, but what's wasted is you can never get back. It is infinite, I understand, but what you burn, you never get back. So y'all think about that. Your time and your energy is real. And your time actually just gets wasted. Your energy always gets used. Remember that. Somebody can waste your time, but they'll use your energy. They can't waste your energy. Energy doesn't get wasted. It has to go somewhere. That's why it's called energy. Think about that, y'all. So managing emotions. I don't really have a problem with managing my emotions. I was raised by a military man, single father, have a little brother. There wasn't really a lot of women in the house, so we didn't really share emotions and all that. We seen love in a different way. We knew love because we got everything we wanted. Had the latest gear, had the latest toys, systems, all that. So we knew love. But we didn't hear a lot. It wasn't a very nurturing, loving, oh baby, let me hold your head. Nah, y'all. We wasn't raised like that. But so when it comes to managing my emotions, it's pretty easy most of the time. I do get upset sometimes, and I gotta check myself and realize, hey, you're only getting upset about something you can't control. Because if you can control it and fix it, you wouldn't be upset, because that's what you would do, is control it and fix it. So that's how I check myself, y'all. When I get upset, I sit back and I say, hey, can I fix it? Can I control it? If I can, stop being upset, fix it, control it. If I can't, stop being upset because you can't fix it or control it. It ain't rocket science, y'all. It's just old regular brain work. We all got one, But
And I know he says he doesn't have a problem with managing his emotions, but I will definitely say I'm aware that I've struggled in this area.
What do you mean by struggle? Like, as far as how? Lashing out, feeling hurt, overly emotional, not emotional enough? Like, what do you mean exactly?
All of the above.
Damn. So you sound like a typical lady, huh?
Yeah.
Just joking, ladies.
Yeah, we get stereotyped a lot for that, for being overly emotional. I believe that we have emotions for a reason, but the outburst and the uncontrolled or mismanaged emotions could get us in a lot of trouble in relationships, business relationships, spousal relationships,
even
with your
friendships.
Children, your friends.
Yeah.
All of the above, with these outbursts, or the silent treatment type,
It's the worst.
manipulation.
Keep acting like that and see what happens, or you'll see. That's the worst, guys. If you say that, ladies, if you say that, look in the mirror and say that. Oh, you want to keep ignoring me? Watch what happens. Think about that. Repeat that to yourself and think about that. Oh, keep ignoring me and see what happens. You know what happens if somebody keeps ignoring you? Exactly, And I want to go back to tap on one thing that the lady said. Your children are a relationship as well. We don't own our children, y'all. We can't always tell them what to do. We can guide them. We can coach them, teach them. But we have to kind of understand that they have their own minds too. They have their own feelings and they have their own perspective and understanding just like us. They are our children, but they're humans just like us, and they deserve the same right to have their own mind just like we do. Let them have that freedom of growing into themselves. We don't want to try to change who they are because we want to relive our lives through our children. I'm not saying that any of us do, but we know that sometimes we can catch ourselves doing that. Hey, no, bro, you shouldn't do this because when I did it, when I was hey, no. Hey, it ain't our turn no more. So gotta start listening to our children. We didn't know nothing about nothing. We didn't know we were barely typing in an email when we were on AOL, y'all. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So
yeah, we got to stop playing the victim too. That victim mentality is never productive. And the reality is you can't change someone else's perception of how you are feeling. They don't understand completely how you're feeling.
You know why though? Sometimes because that number one key was never pulled out of your pocket. They don't understand how you're feeling or what you're going through or why you're mad or why you're not upset or why you're not happy. You know why?
Because you don't know.
Because you don't even know. Because if you knew, you would share it and you wouldn't be happy. Unless you just like to be happy. And hey, if you like to be happy, be so much of yourself. Walk around and say, hey, don't smile at me. I like to be miserable. If that's how you like to be, I respect you. Everybody will respect you that much more if you just said that. Think about that. If you just say, hey, man, hey, why don't you ever smile? Because I don't fuck with people and I don't like people. They'll laugh and they'll say, okay, I can dig that. I'll fuck with that.
Right. Yeah, because we have that expectation that we can change someone else's, I guess, the way they treat us or whatever.
You know what it is, lady?
For the sake of our own emotion.
The Lioness, you know what it is?
What's that?
We expect everything to conform around us.
Yes, definitely.
We believe that us as human beings, and I'm speaking for myself as well, y'all. Us as human beings, we believe that everything in the universe is supposed to conform around us. And that's why I call this the Red Ape Island, y'all. Because apes don't expect things to conform around them. They conform around their environment. They don't care about no birthdays. They don't care about you. Call them ugly. They're going to eat. They're going to feed you. They're going to cuddle when it's cold. They're going to shelter when it's raining, etc. It's none of the extra stuff. They keep a hierarchy. They keep a sense of order. But at the same time, they don't let emotions get out of whack. It might look like it, but no, that's real stuff. It's really something getting settled. They don't have emotions. Oh, you haven't spoke to me today, or you haven't told me my hair was looking nice today, or I colored my hair 3 days ago. You still haven't said anything. Hey, I wish every day I'm looking at your goddamn hair like that. I'm looking at your eyes every time I see you. You hear that, fellas? That's just what you tell her. Oh, baby, I look into your eyes so deep I can't even see past those. And then she's gonna be like, oh my God, let me leave him alone sometimes. Yeah. Y'all talk to me without the ladies around. I'll get y'all through this shit, y'all. Yeah, but anyway, y'all. So yeah, that's key number 1, y'all. You remember? Knowing self. Ties right on into key number 2, right, Lady Ariah?
That's right. And we have to be accountable for our emotions. Get to the root of the problem.
I like that.
Deal with them. Mismanaged emotions are all over the place. It's a mess. And then you leave a mess with the person you just laid all of that onto.
Yeah, that's funny you said that.
The reality is nobody wants to deal with that.
Not at all. You said you had a great analogy earlier about like painters. Yeah. But before you share that, I want to say, like you said, mismanaging your emotions and knowing yourself, it really mitigates the uncontrolled emotions. Once you know yourself, it really mitigates and it stops when you know yourself, you don't really have uncontrolled emotions because you check them. Yeah,
That's why we had that as key 1.
Yeah, it keeps you grounded. Keeps you grounded with your feelings. When you're grounded, your communication is clear. Right. It's clear and honest, and that way you're representing yourself in the full form, guys, we were talking about, So it all ties in. All 3 of these keys tie in to unlock that one box. It's a triple lock box, y'all. So yeah. So anything else you have to say about managing emotions?
Just do it, like Nike.
Just do it. Y'all heard that? Nike don't sponsor us, none of that, y'all. But that's been a saying of mine. Stop hoping, stop wishing, stop trying. Just do it. Nothing's impossible. You know why nothing's impossible? The only thing that's impossible is the shit that hasn't been tried yet. Can y'all dig that? The only thing that is impossible is the shit that hasn't been tried yet. Can you dig that? The only thing that's impossible is something that hasn't been tried yet. And once it's tried, it's not impossible anymore. It makes it possible because it's at least been tried. Can y'all follow me on that?
It's good.
It's at least been tried, so it's still possible. It takes that impossible. It takes the M out of it. It takes the I'm out of it. You know what the I'm is, y'all? You doubting yourself.
Yeah. It
takes you doubting yourself out of it. And it makes it possible because now you didn't try. And what's after trying? Just do it, man. But anyhow. So, We got key number 1. We got key number 2. So we know knowing ourselves helps us manage our emotions.
Absolutely.
So what's this key number 3 everybody's been wondering about?
Communicating in relationships.
Communication, y'all. Y'all hear that? The number 3, the benefactor. Y'all know how I feel about my 3s. You always need that third benefactor. 2 people can have their opinion. That third person is going to make it official. Can't have a vote you can't have a vote with just 2 people. You need at least 3. Can't have a vote with 1 person. That number 3 is the real one, Ralph. Communication. What's so important about communication?
Communication is...
As far as these keys go, because we all know communication is important, but we're talking about unlocking that box, y'all. So why is communication the number 3 key, that last one? Got to find this one. First 2 is okay, but you remember like them old game shows we used to watch on Nickelodeon, y'all? Got to dig around in the ooze and shit. That third key, always the hardest one. Why is that the one? Why is that the benefactor? Why is that the third key needed to unlock this box? It's probably the most important key. Because without it, like you said, without communication, there's no conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
And with clear communication, it goes back to that number 1 key, y'all, knowing yourself and then other people knowing you. With clear communication, you can effectively and clearly represent who you are in the truest form. And you can communicate who you are knowing yourself. And that way, nobody mistakes you for anyone other than you.
And I think a lot of times people think that they communicate very well and effectively. And that's not always the case because we're only seeing it in our perspective most of the time.
True.
Real communicators listen to those that are in their life.
True. Real communicators listen more than they talk.
They do. And they gain perspective from multiple sources.
Exactly.
And then they're able to then communicate effectively to different people in different ways. With my kids, we talk about the keeping up with communication, the nonverbal stuff. A lot of times we're talking about communication, we're talking about actually talking to someone or explaining something. But there's a lot of nonverbal communication.
Which is very, very important, you guys. You can't not see those and recognize that.
Definitely.
Right. So basically what I'm picking up what she's saying, guys, is these actions speak a lot louder than the words with communication. Absolutely. Communication with that nonverbal communication is very important. We have to be able to recognize it. Sometimes somebody might be upset about something and they're not saying anything because you're not even realizing the shit that you did sometimes. And they just might be so upset that they're non-verbally trying to show you, trying to give you a chance to say, oh, well, damn, you know what? I forgot. I was supposed to do this. Yeah, so because when we over-communicate only when it's bad, it tends to ruin that communication cord. Yeah. Because if the only deep communication is when there's problems, we tend to want to get away from that. Like, oh shit, you get a text while you're at work. Hey babe, we need to talk when you get home. If you're on a normal basis, clean, healthy communication, that's nothing. Hey, all right, babe, must got a plan or whatever. Might go on a trip or something. No, but if the only time you guys communicate and talk like that is when there's a problem, you're gonna be like, damn, what happened now? What's up? What's going on? So you don't want that. You don't want that, guys. Like, you don't want the only communication to be when there's a problem. So that's why that nonverbal communication is very important to recognize and to address, because if you can address that nonverbal communication before the verbal communication, there won't be any problems. Because most of the time, there's going to be that nonverbal communication before the verbal. We're throwing hints at each other all day. You do it first thing in the morning when you laid up spooning with your loved one. You both got to be working at 8. It's 6:30. You're both up. Y'all know what type of nonverbal communication I'm talking about. Bow, checka, bow, wow. Not anything. Anyway, y'all.
Yeah, but you should pay attention to those that you're in relationships with, no matter what kind of relationship it is. if you want to be on the team, you better pay attention to those nonverbals and as well as the verbal. Like I know with me and my dude, like if he's saving money and he's on his grind, doing his business, I know I got to be doing the same thing.
Or supporting at least.
Or supporting it at least, at the very minimum, supporting it.
And not like nagging, trying to find time. Like, okay, yeah, he's been grinding, he's doing all this thing. So maybe the time hasn't been getting shared like normally.
Right.
You got to be able to recognize, like, okay, this is the reason. We can't be so selfish within our own emotions and our own feelings that we're like, that we totally disregard the reason that time isn't getting spent. And we're just like, hey, you're not spending time with me anymore. Yeah, well, because we're on this move, we're on this grind. But now that the time isn't getting spent, it's an issue. So we can't pick and choose when we wanna be.
Yeah, and another thing is that communication is actually a skill that's polished over time, over your whole lifetime, actually. We always should remain, I should say, learners and be teachable at all times through all people.
True. You know what's so funny that you say that? Like, it's funny because we communicate better when we're before 10 and after 60. Between 10 and 60, we have horrible communication because we think we know everything. We think we're the only thing walking around.
Right.
But before 10 years old, you're asking all kind of questions. You're being polite. You're communicating honestly. Most 10-year-olds don't actually lie. Yeah, they lie about eating some shit they wasn't supposed to eat or something. But most kids, before that age, you're not lying to get over on anybody. You're not sparing anyone's feelings. If I got a big nose, you say, you have a big nose. You don't care about their feelings. The old person's going to be the same way. Yeah. You show an old lady a picture of your baby and your baby look like one of my little apes on the island. She going to say, God bless his heart. She's not going to say, what a cute baby. So communication, you got to be able to pay attention to that. Yeah. See, us in that middle age, we're going to lie. Oh, he's so cute, knowing damn well. That's false communication, y'all. Just because you're talking don't mean you're communicating. Communicating is truth, y'all. That TRU. The true you.
Yeah, you said something earlier about, kids being honest. And that is what we should be doing. We should be honest with ourselves.
First of all.
Yeah. And then honest with whoever we're in relationship with.
Honest about everybody around you, really,
Yeah.
Because once you're honest with yourself and everybody around you, nobody can fault you. Nobody can be upset with you. Nobody can be mad. Once you're honest with yourself and everybody knows that you're honest with yourself and they know you're honest with them, you'll never have an issue with that person because they're going to understand every single move you make because they see the honesty within yourself and they know that you stand behind what you do. And even if they don't like it or approve it, they know that you're so honest within yourself, like you know something that they don't know. So there's a reason why you did that or whatnot. That makes sense, y'all. So.
And it really does take us to the unlocking.
The unlocking. That's what y'all here for, right? See what the fuck is in this box. See what trust really looks like. What does trust look like to y'all? Together every day? Hey, baby, I love you. Good morning text. Hey, I need you to go grab me something from the store. And you always will. Is that trust? I'm talking about Google, y'all, not Lady Ariah. But anyway. So like you said, it all goes down to that unlocking that box, huh? So we got 3 keys.
Absolutely.
Key number 1 was what now?
Knowing yourself.
Knowing yourself. We don't gotta explain it no more. Know yourself. Y'all all grown with kids, damn near grown probably. Know yourself. What's key number 2?
Manage your emotions.
Manage your emotions. If you're the only person in the room mad, think about it. If you're the only person in the house mad, think about it. Manage it. Every time you get mad or hurt or down or whatever, think about, hey, can I fix it? Can I control it? And if you can, do it and get the hell out of that mood. If you can't, get the hell out of that mood and find something else to fucking put your energy towards. You feel me, y'all? It's all about if you can control it or if you can change it. If you can, do it, and then you won't be mad. If you can't, What the fuck you wasting your time for, y'all?
The third one is communication.
Key number 3. Number 3, y'all. Y'all know me. 3 times 3 be me. 9 times because I'm divine. Y'all know. But communication. Where are we at without communication, y'all? Nowhere. Every single being, every single organism on this universe, in this universe, communicates. We don't know how exactly, but butterflies communicate, y'all. Communication. Babies communicate. I know y'all been to a daycare and seen the 3 little crumb snatchers sitting around acting like they're really having a conversation. And they understand each other. It's just y'all, it's us. When we get this age, we stop being able to understand each other. We stop communicating correctly. We start lying to one another. And we start lying to ourselves. Communication, y'all. Communication is knowing yourself and communicating it. Communication is being able to manage your emotions and speak on why you're upset. If you're upset, talk about it. Don't be upset and just be, like she said, what'd you say?
Silent treatment.
The silent treatment. We can't be having the silent treatment. Yeah, see, ladies, y'all gotta stop that. So yeah, communication. Communication is knowing yourself, managing them emotions. It all comes down. So these 3 keys all really are one key, y'all, if y'all haven't figured it out. And that key opens that box that contains
trust.
T-R-U, the real U-S-T. So, to wrap all this up, y'all, the 3 keys. You have to live off of trust. That's what these keys open up to let us realize. You have to live off of trust and live off the facts that you know. You have to trust somebody until they give you a reason not to, because you want that as well. We can't not trust people or not believe or whatever the case may be because of previous experiences or previous associates or relationships or whatnot, or just how you want to think and feel that day. You know, because you just woke up on the wrong side today. We can't do that. Because what if the world continuously did that? Where would we be? You know, if your mama didn't trust you, where would you sleep until you got your own place? All right, y'all. So, appreciate y'all for listening to the first 3 segments, which broke down into the keys of unlocking that box, which contains trust. Key number 1 is knowing yourself. Key number 2 is managing them emotions, y'all. Emotion management. Key number 3, communication nation. You know what I'm saying? Communication, y'all. Communication. And those 3 keys are formed into one to unlock that box that contains trust, y'all. And trust is living off facts, not the perception you carry from previous experiences. You hear me? So you got to give everybody the benefit of the doubt until they let you know that it's a hole in their bucket. You know, then you better quit putting water in their bucket. Then make them look at their own water. They can carry it around as long as they want to, until they fix that hole. But as long as they ain't showed you they got a hole in the bucket, put the water in there. Can y'all dig that? Cause there's water all around the island, y'all, and it's always sunny. So, this was a beautiful episode with you guys today. I hope y'all can give us some feedback. I got the lady here. She will be here every Saturday at the spa. I wish we was allowed, fellas, because you know how we like to see some ladies in just robes and shit. But it ain't that kind of party, 8 asses. Okay? It's just for the ladies. So we can learn, get a different perspective from them, okay? So I hope y'all like what y'all heard from the lady today. She will be here a lot more often. We will be launching some content of her own because, the island is for apes, but we do need some female perspective. But I'm glad we got to wrap that up, y'all. We're going to talk to you guys very soon. I'm waiting on them messages so we can talk about the topics you guys want to talk about, experiences you guys had, even questions you might have. Hey, how do you feel if blah, blah, blah? I need to hear that because I'm going to let you know the truth. Because Lord Ape Divine don't give a damn. And I ain't sparing nobody's feelings. I'm not going to spare yours. And after a while, y'all going to feel me. Y'all going to be like that too. Once you stop sparing your own feelings, and you stop sparing everybody else's feelings, you know what happens? The universe accepts you. It makes the path for you. You ain't got to climb over no motherfucking obstacles. You don't got to climb over a rock. You don't got to duck under a bridge. Once you know you, it's a clear path. You can put headphones in, put some Ray Charles shades on in the dark. As long as you know you're going to get to the destination.
And that's freedom.
What you say, y'all? Freedom! Freedom! Free.
I appreciate the opportunity to be on your podcast today.
The opportunity?
Have fun.
Hey, the lady says it's an opportunity to be on the Red Ape Island, y'all. It's a right. For anybody to be on the Red Ape Island, it is your right. But the minute you come on the Red Ape Island, not being yourself, not keeping your word on who you are, or judging, get your ass up out of here. And we're going to holler at y'all next time. Thanks again for tuning in at the Red Ape Island on our podcast. See y'all soon. Don't forget to check out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the full episodes. Monday through Friday, we will be dropping the affirmations of the day, y'all. It's something new, so check them out. Just some little affirmations every day. You know, they will change daily, but just check them out. You know, it's a couple minutes, 1 to 3 minutes, little messages to kind of, you know, bring some perspective to your day. So keep checking us out, y'all. We appreciate everybody that's been listening. And once again, look out for Lady Ariah at the spa. She's got some stuff out there. Check out that YouTube channel. You'll see what she's talking about. She's about to have some stuff for y'all. Different perspective. She's bringing, she had this beautiful term, fiercely elegant or elegantly fierce. I don't know, some crazy, beautiful stuff like that, y'all. So go check it out. This shit's dope. But once again, appreciate y'all. Make somebody smile today. Slap your girl on the booty. Give your husband a kiss. Hug your kids. Eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich if you're a grown man, because you probably ain't one in a minute. And I love y'all. Peace.